Hi Logie, it's me, your bestest friend in the world. Facebook's being stupid, so I'm going to my extreme measures with my serious problem. But I figured you would want a bedtime story every once in a while, so I'm going to read you SkippyjonJones. And we're going to see how this is going to go. This side. SkippyjonJones by Judy Schachner. Every morning, SkippyjonJones woke up with the birds. We can get him over there. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Bridges," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat would ever sleep with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath." The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "just about what it means to be a cat. Not a bird, not a mouse, or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. SkippyjonJones is not very happy, I think. But once he was alone, SkippyjonJones began to bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm SkippyjonJones, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, SkippyjonJones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed SkippyjonJones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, SkippyjonJones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and sword and climbed onto his mouse, SkippyjonJones began to sing in a muy soft voice. "My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow, I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can SkippyjonJones come out of his room?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." In fact, SkippyjonJones wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. Oh, I thought it was done for a second. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road, far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a mysterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay caramba! Who goes there?" asked SkippyjonJones. "We go by the name of Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I am El Skippito, the great sword fighter," said SkippyjonJones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" said Poquito Tito. "I go incognito," said Skippito. "Do you like rice and beans?" asked Pinto Linto. "See, I love mice and beans," said Skippito. "He might be the dog of our dreams," whispered Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password." Leaning toward Don Diego, El Skippito half sneezed, half spoke the secret password into the Chihuahua's very large ear. "Ah, chupichu!" "Bless you," said Don Diego. "Gracias," said Skippito. "Then it's true," decreed Don Diego. "Yippee, yippee, yippito! It's the end of the Alfredo Bazito. Skippito is here, we have nothing to fear. Adios to the bad Bumblebito." Then all of the chimichangos went crazy loco. First, they had a fiesta. Then, they took a siesta. But after waking up, the chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his paw, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bumblebito for Skippito to see. A hush grew over the chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisper drop. "Alfredo Bazito," whispered the crowd. "El Blimpo Bumblebito Bendito." "See," said Poquito Tito, "the bandito steals our frijoles." "Not your beans!" cried Skippito, outraged. See, Poquito continued, "red beans, black beans, Boston bake, and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, pinto, and jelly, too. And now he comes for us," Poquito added. "Por qué?" asked Skippito. "Because we are full of the beans, too." Then Don Diego stood tall. In his most somber voice he declared, "Yo quiero frijoles." "Huh?" said Skippito. "The dude just wants his beans back," said Poquito Tito. "And you are the dog for the job." "Me?" asked Skippito. Then all of the chimichangos turned toward Skippito, the great sword fighter. But poor Skippito had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. "Vamos, Skippito, or it is you the bambito will eato," they cried. Skippito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then, in a muy soft voice, he said, "My name is Skippito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito." But Alfredo Bazito flew straight for Skippito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. "Holy frijoles!" cried Skippito as he thrust his sword in the air. Pop! Suddenly, pop! My pop was before the suddenly, but that's okay. Went the bandito, landing on Skippito's sword, and quicker than anyone can say, Chihuahua's cheese and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Bazito, the bumblebito bandito. Oops, there are the beans. There's poor little Skippy. Tons of beans. And there looks like there's also a banana as well. Then all the doggies burst into song. "Yip, yippee, yippito. Our hero is El Skippito. He's the dog of the dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos." Back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippy John's room that Mama June Bug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down into the hall to the kitty boy's room. "Banguito, Crashito, Papito, Skippito!" Just in time to see Skippito's closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. "SkippyjonJones!" everyone cried. "Hola, muchachitas," he said in a muy soft voice. Mama June Bug Jones lifted up Skippy John and covered his head with furry purry kisses. "What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs?" she scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, SkippyjonJones began to bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I am SkippyjonJones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, SkippyjonJones," called his mama. "Buenas noches, mis amigos," said SkippyjonJones. The end. Wasn't that a lovely story? I think it was. I hope you enjoyed it for the night, and I hope you have a very peaceful night's sleep, Logie. Love you. Love ya. Bye.